Thanks for joining Sales with Suli, a mom of three who spent the last 12 summers knocking doors. Welcome to my podcast where I talk about all things women, the ups and downs of my journey, and what it takes to find success on and off the doors. Enjoy this episode. Welcome back, friends, to this week's episode. You get me this week. I've been just thinking about a ton of different topics between, the last couple months as some of you guys have reached out about different things that you guys want to hear on the show. And something that I've been getting commonly is just how do we know our value? How do we know our worth? Like what kind of percentages and different things that we should be looking for when we are new into the industry, or kind of like when we've been in a space for a while. And today I just kind of want to talk about how amazing door-to-door is. Like, we legit can write our own checks on a regular basis. Like, if we want to go out and make $50,000 in 100 knocking days, or if we want to go make $1 million in 150 knocking days, like, this is legit the space for us as women to be able to obtain it. And so the big question is, how do I know that I'm getting paid fairly? Or how do I know that I'm earning what it is that I'm supposed to be earning? And I know that those of us who have been in the space for, more than one summer, we are on teams with reps who are lazy, who are complainers, who just this, that, and the other. And you'll always find them, talking to the manager about how their pay should be increased, or why is this person making an override, or this, that, and the other. And seeing that every single summer for the last 15 summers that I've been into this space, it's just kind of like it gets a little exhausting, but at the end of the day, I get it. We are trying something new. We all have assigned our own value, financial based on ourselves, and so we are all entitled to what we think is fair. But I do want to ask some questions for those of us who are out there kind of just like shopping around, just the type of person or the type of sales rep that you are in your team, in your company, in your industry, like the type of value that you're bringing to be able to attach a number-based percentage to whatever value that you think that you may have. But how many of you have gotten butthurt knowing or finding out that other reps who just aren't producing as much are getting paid more? Or how many of you leaders and recruiters out there have those reps coming to you and demanding pay increase with no value, or requesting to be on another team, promising to leave the drama behind, And to these issues, I want us to address ourselves personally and ask some of these questions when deciding if we have earned the right to ask for a raise. Have you earned the right to ask for a pay increase? Have you earned the right to ask for an override? Have you earned the value of being able to say, hey, I know that we are getting paid this much, but I'm deserving of it getting paid a different amount? And I bring this up because this is one of the first years that I've actually enjoyed recruiting. And I don't even want to say the word recruiting, because I don't feel like I've ever reached out to anyone, honestly, to be like, hey, come and be a part of my team. It's just really happened organically over the last 2 summers. And I have definitely myself have had a ton of fallout, a ton of like people who felt like they deserved one way, or deserved like one thing, or deserved this. And I want to talk about like what it has taken, for some of us managers and leaders to be able to get to the places that we are. But the 3 questions that I do want to ask and I want to address on this episode, as we are sitting and contemplating the different teams, the different companies that we want to be on, the amounts of money that we want to take, I want us to start looking internally. I want us to start questioning like who we are and what types of value and what types of things that we're solving in order to be able to ask for the things that we want to ask on a regular basis. So the first thing, what type of value are you bringing to the team? Not just for one day, not just for 1 week, not just for 1 month, but day in, day out for the entire summer or the entire year. What value are you bringing to the team? If some of you guys look around, like some of those people who are asking for pay increases or upset or butthurt about like someone getting paid better than them, if you look at their production, if you look at the type of rep that they are, you're probably going to find them complaining. You're probably going to find them knocking for 2 hours out of the day and then spending the rest of the day complaining about the job that they signed up for. Those are also the types of reps that you're going to be finding who are also going to help bring the team down. Okay. 2, what solutions are you helping to solve on a team level or a company level even? Are you the type of rep that can be found in every and any drama on the team? Are you the rep that managers can count on as the complainers and naysayers? Are you guys the type of reps that are never bringing solutions to the table, but will always be the first to address the manager about a problem or something to complain about? Again, these are just questions that I want us to address and think about as some people are out there shopping around or jumping from one company to another company or one industry to another industry or one team to another. Lastly, what's your level of consistency? Even when things get tough, are you the first one on the doors? Are you producing on a consistent, regular basis? Are you selling and producing so much that your managers and leaders have nothing else to do but to increase and give you whatever it is that you're asking for? I remember when I first got into the door-to-door space and I had asked my manager, like, what type of money was the top producer gonna make, like, on this team? Like, who before me and what girl did X amount and how can I do better than her? When he told me that she had did like 311 accounts, and in order for me to make over $70,000 that summer, I would need to do better than her. At that point, I didn't care who was getting paid what. At that point, I wasn't concerned about, who was having an emotional battle with themselves or with their car partner or what during that day. I knew that my manager said in order for me to get from point A to point B for the dreams and the value and the price tag that I put myself the very first summer, I knew that I had to put my head down and go to work. So I did exactly that. No door-to-door experience whatsoever besides serving an LDS mission. And then 2008, I simply asked what was the top rep doing on the team, and I knew that I was going to beat that. I didn't question. I didn't do anything else. I just literally went to work. Day 3 on the doors, I did 11, pest control accounts, ended up being on a company newsletter. And I didn't care about those things. I didn't care about the flash. I'm coming from a place of poverty. I'm coming from a place where living paycheck to paycheck was a normal thing. So I wasn't concerned about the red tape. I just needed to know what I had to do personally in order to get the value and the price tag that I was seeking for myself that very first summer. And for me, that meant having 312 serviced pest control account. The following year, I asked, what is it that I need to do to be able to make 6 figures this summer? My manager sat me down. Okay, you need to recruit. You need to do all these types of things. You're going to get these types of overrides. And I went to work. I did exactly that. I was horrible at recruiting. I still feel like I'm horrible at recruiting, honestly. But I knew that if I wanted to get to 6 figures quickly, that I was in fact going to be able to try to recruit and manage a team. And it was emotionally draining. I did it my second summer. I ended up co-managing with someone else in the company, and I just needed his help and support, being able to manage guys and different personalities. And I didn't hit my 6 figures. I didn't moan to the manager about my pay. I didn't go say that, I was being cheated or whatnot. I started looking at myself and what do I need to do better the following year to be able to earn the price tag that I was seeking. So the following year, I did do a little bit better. I recruited people who actually liked to work and who also had a vision of being able to make 6 figures and then also wanted to manage themselves. And I look back and just see the types of growing pains that I went through as I was seeking different price tags, as I was seeking different values, as I was seeking different numbers in the space. I was constantly asking myself, what did I need to do better? And so again, like, this episode is just for those of us in this space who are seeking value financially, who are seeking that price tag, because we have decided to be in a space where we are going to make overrides off of each other, guys, ladies, friends. We are in a space where commission is just that. Like, you are going to be able to write the amount that you want. So find a company, find a team, find people that you want to work with. Find people that you know. Like, I am in a place right now currently where I know that my managers obviously are making money off of me. And I tell them every day, I enjoy making money for the both of us. And when we can get to that, level of awareness and knowing that this truly is an organization, that it's about what it is that you and I are going to be putting into the space is what we're going to be getting in return. Let's start deciding now to ask ourselves those questions when we want a pay increase, when we feel like we should be getting more than our car partner or our manager or whoever, as opposed to being so quick to be upset and as opposed to being so quick to finding problems about the team, our car partners, ourselves, and the company. Let's start figuring out what we need to do better to be able to increase that price tag, to be able to increase our value. I know in order for me to continue to increase my value in this space, I have to be valuable. I have to be willing to bring more solutions to the table. I have to be willing to be a helpmate to the managers, to the team. And just know that being a listening ear is one of those. Just know that the type of friend, the type of person that we show up on a regular basis to our teams, to our industries, to our companies says a lot about us. And so again, for those of you who are asking, like, what types of things that we need to do to be able to increase our price tag, to be able to increase our value, let's start asking, what kind of value can we give back? How valuable are we truly? I didn't get where I am today by demanding pay, by demanding I be on a certain team, by demanding that I only ride with a certain person. I got to where I am today by bringing value from day one. And ultimately, being a producer means value. I was a producer of solutions. I was a producer of value. I was a producer to my managers. And most importantly, I produced on the boards, even on days I would rather be in bed. Again, ladies, those of you out there who are wondering what your price tag is, no one else can determine that but you. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. If I've added any kind of value to your thoughts on knocking doors, please share this podcast with another female rep. Until next time, know that you are capable, you are valued, and most importantly, you are enough.